Should you start from scratch and delete all your portfolio? Let's have a look. When I first started and started shooting just all manner of stuff, we won't go into that. You can have a look and find out yourself. But when I used to shoot originally, I just shot a lot of content which was just, I got to the stage where I was like, what am I doing? Where am I going? Where's my directive? And it just came to a point where I had, at the time, like my computer had something like a 1 terabyte hard drive, and it was just full of just imagery which none of it I was really happy with. None of it I would actually get out and show and say, oh, you know, like, look at this I've shot. So the question is it worth starting again? Now, in my case, and I'm not saying everyone has to do this, but for me and my sort of, the way I think about things, I deleted the whole hard drive. I just got home the one day and was like, right, I'm starting fresh, new direction, new me, new year, all that jazz. And literally deleted it, apart from obviously like personal stuff, like friends and family, that sort of thing. But I deleted everything, all my portfolio, all my clients' work, everything. And I started again, started messaging clients I wanted to work with, local businesses, models, companies, brands, and started from scratch. But in actual fact, for me, it was good because I had like a sort of a clean slate. You know, it was like the equivalent of like just moving away. I started from scratch, reanalyzed everything that I'd done in the past. And although this sounds like, oh my God, you know, yeah, like a mental breakdown, I didn't. I just wanted to clear everything away. So it gave me the opportunity to start again, start a fresh portfolio, get a website as well, which I'd never had prior. Is where now I've got 2 websites, and then honed all my efforts into driving business to that website and also updating it ASAP. So I had stuff to show clients. It was really therapeutic. I think it's underestimated by a lot of people that they feel they're still attached to that old work. In cases you are, because it's where you've come from and it's your history and like how you've sort of built up, and it's nice to look back and say, look, I did this 10 years ago, look where I'm at now. And that's great. But for me, and this is just what I did, deleting everything, starting with a fresh sheet, sort of gave me nothing to pull on from the past and bring to where I was going now, because I was going in such a new direction. And with what I was doing, comparing had like no sort of time or space in the future for me. So it was good just to sort of bin everything. I think it's worth every now and then looking back at work. I wouldn't say like years and years ago, but I think like in the past year, so your current portfolio, and saying, yeah, I did this, is, you know, does this need to be taken out of my portfolio now, especially if you've got it online? Am I doing better than that now? What am I doing for the future? Was that any good? Can that be bettered? Can I actually go and revisit that? Can I redo that shoot? And I think it's really worth doing, to really sort of self-critique. I wouldn't necessarily rely on others to look at your work, especially if they're friends and family, but industry professionals to look at old work, because things move on, you know, different campaigns, the way products are shot. So it's definitely worth doing, and it's always good to look back and think about in hindsight about what we could have done better. So I hope it's been a bit informative. That's what I did, and it sort of got to where I am now.